Good morning. Today is, hang on, what is today? I can't even remember. That's how well prepped I am for this video. Today is September 17th. Yes, it is. Look at your calendar before you hit record, Athena. And the article in The Guardian yesterday about several members of the Women's Equality Party, including Catherine Mayer, Hannah Pika, and our once brilliant political analyst, Helda, not even gonna try and pronounce her last name, are meeting in Iceland. Iceland for a Me Too convention, and it's the first convention that is going to be happening that analyzes the effects of the hashtag MeToo moment. What do we do with this now that sexual abuse allegations are really being brought more into the light? How do we take advantage of this opportunity? What stories are we telling in the media and art? All of that. And I'm so excited. I wish I knew it was happening, but I also wish I was there because it seems like it worked on two levels. First of all, where is feminism going? How can we stop violence against women once and for all? And also, how do you activate a political moment and keep it happening and keep it going is a really good question that I think all politicians are always looking to answer, because with communication comes power. And as the spokesperson for the Women's Equality Party for Equality in the Media, I have said all month I am going to continue to say how we tell stories is as important as the stories we tell. So, good luck, wonderful women in Iceland. I hope the conversation is fruitful, and please bring us home brilliant ideas about how to take political control and keep these important discussions going. They are crucial to building a more feminist world. On top of that, a lot of people have been asking why the Women's Equality Party focus is so heavily geared towards ending violence, and they would say specifically ending violence against women and girls, but I would say ending all violence, because men are victims of violence too. It's just the narrative we tell ourselves is it's mostly women and girls. And in many ways, no one wants to argue with that political standpoint. It's a big one, it's a good one. Who wants to say they're not against violence? We all want to believe that we are. Otherwise, you start a war, and that's not how PR works. Good PR, at least. But I think there's something else going on here. I remember when Sophie Walker was leading, she was really gearing up for um, making a move towards questioning the model we have for sex workers, in that sex workers are criminalized but not the buyers, and how unfair that is. And she said, as long as one woman is for sale, all women are for sale. And over the past year, I've had to bring forward a sexual harassment claim myself against someone that was higher up in power than me. I've seen people who I thought were who are good friends um, act abusively. I've seen a lot firsthand of just how normalized violence against women has become, and how surprised people are when they're called out on this. And so I rephrase um, Sophie Walker's comment slightly. Not only if one of us are for sale, all of us are for sale, but also if one of us has choice taken away. Because violence is the removal of choice at its core. We all lose our freedom to make choices. If one of us is in an abusive relationship and that is normalized, everyone is at risk of being in an abusive relationship that is normalized. I think as women, we have this idea that domestic abuse, violence, harassment only happen to certain types of women from certain backgrounds with certain socioeconomic places. And that's not true. The fact is, people are normalizing violence against women and girls all the time. The media does it. Think of how many times you see a crime show where it's a said the young girl that's been murdered, and there's that flash of an image of a leg or whatever, which somehow suggests that, yeah, it shouldn't have happened, but really she shouldn't be out so late at night. And what I want to do is really bring to light how our media is normalizing this and teaching people that would be a cat, teaching people that there are no consequences to violence, and in some ways women are asking for it. And I think with this conference regarding the hashtag #MeToo movement, we can start to understand how we've created a shift in the conversation and what our next steps are as policymakers, as a political party, and for myself as an artist, as a storyteller, and also just as a woman who is sick of having options taken away from her systematically because she happens to have, sorry, my cat's a shameless scene stealer, because she systematically having option taken away and choice taken away because she happens to have two X chromosomes and present as a woman. That, at a core, feels not political, and yet somehow it is profoundly about every single power structure in the world. And only when we can start normalizing that violence do we really have a hope of equality. That's all I've got for you today. Remember, you are precious, you are loved, and you contain multitudes. Bye for now.